Choose your destiny. Flawless victory.
What's going on, guys? LordKing here again, back with another Dragon Ball Super episode review, Dragon Ball Super 92. Now, this episode, it wasn't anything ridiculous like we have seen in the very most recent episodes, but it was an incredibly solid episode, as they normally are, to be honest. Everything is starting to fall into alignment, and we're getting some really quality episodes in the build-up to this tournament. So, one, it's making me incredibly excited for the tournament, but also, again, it's just showing the animators and everything, as they're just doing things quite well, especially with the storylines. There's obviously a few things that are wrong, but we can brief over them, and there's always going to be something wrong. So let's go into it. So first things first, Boo is asleep, as we found out in the last episode. The funny thing is, he's also fat again as well. I noticed that I think this may be almost a way to eliminate him from the tournament, to be honest. We all speculated whether he'll transform back into being the fat one, or if he'll stay skinny for the rest of his career. Now, obviously, we know that he is staying fat. He looks fat. I think it is one of those one-time things, and it can rule him out of the tournament. So Mr. Satan tried everything to get him back up, and apparently normally he only needs seconds to actually recover. So I think this was mentioned in Dragon Ball Z as well. He only needs a few seconds sleep to fully recover. But when he goes into this full deep sleep, he won't wake up. The thing that annoyed me here was, why can't Whis wake him up? Surely he can, maybe if you put him into his staff or something, but again, it kind of covers it up there. Universe 11 we go to next. We see Toppo and the General. Toppo is basically saying they're going to leave the universe for an hour for the trainees. And the whole setting reminds me a hell of a lot of like Gotham here. It's a really cool setting they have in this Universe 11. Same with the Universe 6 with Hit's universe. It's a very cool Gotham-y dark feel. I enjoy it personally, but again, so them saying that they're going to leave the universe for 1 hour and hope nothing should happen in an hour, it maybe almost sets up something in the future. When they're gone, some crazy stuff will happen to their universe, but who knows again. Then we go to Universe 3. So as you can see, the trend here is we're going through the universes here, seeing how they're all setting up. Universe 3, this is the first time we get a proper look at Universe 3. It's a very dark, odd sort of place, and we see basically this massive ship, which is almost identical to the Death Star. If you have seen Star Wars, you'll know the Death Star. And they're basically recruiting members for the team, and I think they've met the god Mosca, I think is his name, the god of destruction. He's a robot, and he's met up with this scientist sort of person, and he's basically made all these other similar sort of robots with crazy modifications. They're basically all these cyborg type things doing these crazy moves. They look like basically killers. So again, they're all very similar, the robot Magetta type sort of things. So it'll be quite cool to see. Then go back to Universe 7, our universe. We see Android 18 and Krillin. They both arrive. Apparently Roshi has fixed his weird perverted thing, his perverted vibe that he's had for a while. So he has apparently fixed that and conquered that. His one weakness, so it is great. Krillin basically talks about the prize money, and then they all get a little bit what prize money is like. When they find out there is no prize money, what are they going to do? They all kind of do that thing where they all look at each other like, what's this guy on about? They do that, and then we have a very, very cool scene, which I'm not sure if you've noticed in the previous videos. As you can see with my little thumbnail thing on the video right now, my little cover image, that Vegeta is my guy. So anytime Vegeta does something cool, I absolutely love it. So we saw a very cool thing here where he did a cool power up, and he basically broke the time chamber, the room of spirit of time, again. So he broke it, and this was quite a cool scene. But this basically covers up the sort of mini plot hole that they couldn't put Boo into the time chamber simply because it doesn't exist now. So they can't do that. It would take a lot of time to rebuild it. But the last time we saw Vegeta do this was in just before he fought Goku Black in the Future in the Trunks arc. And then when he did fight Goku Black, he came with ridiculous sort of power. So maybe this could be a sign again he's going to be trained, and it'll be very, very cool to see him on that sort of crazy level once again, but a level up. Go to Universe 6. This scene was quite cool, but it also annoyed me a little bit. I'll go into it. So basically, we're seeing Kaba. He's basically teaching Cauliflower, and Kale's in the background as well. We see him teaching the Super Saiyan sort of thing, and Cauliflower somehow masters the Super Saiyan technique within 1 minute. I mean, it's great that she can do it. It's similar to the thing where Trunks and Goten, when they're kids, they manage to get it very, very quickly. But I just find it a little bit annoying that it's taking Goku the craziest amount of time to build up to that, and it was the biggest thing ever. Then Vegeta also, one of his scene when he did it was absolutely incredible. The whole Android does machine like yourself experience fear when he goes into all of these scenes, they're so iconic. And then for them to almost take it and just instantaneous. I know obviously it's a very, very low level now on the aspect of the God Key sort of thing, but still it's almost a retro sort of thing. You don't really want to see it get tarnished, but it is a very, very cool thing to see, especially because it brings their power levels up for the tournament. So it is quite nice to see. I suppose I have to just appreciate it for what it is. We kind of see it also a very, very cool scene that we've never really seen before, where they say you're controlling the key in your back, and you see the key kind of grouped together and cluster. It's a very, very cool sort of thing we get to see. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that with Dragon Ball and how they actually go Super Saiyan. So that was quite a cool thing to see. We also then find out Kale, the female Broly type character, is Cauliflower's protege. So that's another cool thing to see. Goku gets back. Then we go back to Universe 7. Goku gets back, and they all confront him because they basically say, you lied about the money. Again, a relatively, I know Geekdom mentioned this, it was a relatively pointless sort of scene in the sense where it was, okay, you lied about the money, Goku, but the universe is at stake here, so kind of get over with it. But okay, whatever. Krillin's moaning again as per. Then we see another funny sort of scene where, as I mentioned in every single video, Beerus is the funniest character. He basically says, compete or I'll Hakai you, destroy you right now. Then Bulma eventually goes on to say that she will just pay everyone in the end anyway, because it doesn't matter, and she is the richest person on the planet. So everyone is sorted, everyone is competing, but they still have the missing character in Boo, and Boo is not going to be there. So now Beerus makes the joke that why are all these puny sort of fighters all on this Earth, there's no other people that you found, or the strongest fighters on Earth, and the reason for that is because they destroyed the Frieza's army. So now Goku basically has a moment of revelation. If you've seen all our previous videos, the Yamcha theory, etc., then you'll know the spoiler that is now not a spoiler anymore. Frieza is back once again for the 9 billionth time, but it is kind of cool as well having seen the preview. But Goku basically suggests Frieza is the key, and he will be the one to save the tournament for them and be the 10th member. So everyone is completely shocked when Goku mentions this, but again, it's quite cool because Goku is adamant that it's going to happen. Next week's preview looks absolutely phenomenal. We see Frieza, which is very, very cool, in his little cocoon thing, all cooped up. We then see just Frieza's aura as well. It just looks very cool and very evil in a sense, but it's quite nice to see. It takes you kind of back to the Resurrection of F, Revival of F sort of thing, the film. You see him in the cocoon, and then you also see with the halo over his head, and then you also get to see Golden Frieza at the end, which is absolutely phenomenal. But one of the best parts I thought about next week's preview is, though, as well, we get to see Kale go into her Broly mode, which is the legendary Super Saiyan type thing we've all been hyped about and in the closet, in the dark about, the shade, whatever you want to call it, since the start of this arc, and we've seen the preview on the intro. No one has known what's going to happen, so next week we're going to actually find out what happens and how it happens, and I'm very, very excited for that for one. But then again, we also see Golden Frieza as well, which is quite a nice sort of thing to see as well. So it was a very good episode. It was a solid episode, and as per, I'm relatively satisfied with Dragon Ball Super and the way it is going at the moment. Obviously there are a few plot hole type things, but what can you do? Almost every single type of animation or whatever will be, when they're produced this sort of quick, they do have those sort of problems in them. That wraps this video up, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought of the episode down below yourselves. Tell me if I've missed anything out personally, but as always, please like, share and subscribe. Sharing is the key. It helps the channel grow. So as always, thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.